So we are about to start, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. We are about who is one of those two girls in the morning, and she's about to start us off.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you? Yes, it is a fabulous Juneteenth. Welcome out to the third annual Juneteenth for Joy. Also, happy Father's Day to all of our fathers who are out here. I am your mistress of ceremonies for today. I am Tamara G from 101.5 Light FM. Hi, Thaddeus. Long time no see. And just so happy to be here. And as a native Texan, I have been celebrating Juneteenth for many, many, many years. So I'm just so happy that the rest of the country who's watching now on Facebook Live, everyone here in South Florida, everyone around the country, now that it is a federal holiday, thank you all for supporting Juneteenth. Let's give it up for Juneteenth. So we definitely want to talk about building Black utopias, transforming red lines into green spaces, and it wouldn't be possible without the investment of several people who have helped today with the sponsorship. The following funds of the Community Foundation of Broward, Helen and Frank Stoikov Charitable Endowment Fund, the Louise and Rudy Deal Charitable Fund, Mary and Alex McKenzie Community Impact Fund, Broward County Cultural Division, Happy Homes Florida Real Estate, The Rabbit Hole, Elevated Vegan Comfort Cuisine, Nikki Lopez Creative. I know we're going to try some of that sea moss back there. Be Your Own Answer podcast. An anonymous donor gave money, so thank you. Greg and Danielle Neufeld, A Better Concept PR, and our giveaway generously donated by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. We have 2 tickets to check out Barris Hammond, who is known as the Luther Vandross of Jamaica. He is coming in September to the Broward Center. It's always a sellout. I've seen him. He is excellent in concert. You have to buy a t-shirt or donate online to be in that drawing for those 2 tickets to check out Barris Hammond. So be sure to do that. And we also want to acknowledge the team that worked on the Building Black Utopias project, as you can see back here. Yes. All right. And we have, do we want to go ahead and thank them now? All right, let's go. Andriana Mariota, hi. Thank you. She's over Pompano. Angelo Caruso. Angelo, come on down. Derek Davis. Is Derek here? Okay, Derek's running a little late. Emmanuel George. Okay. Angelo, did you do Hallandale or Sistrunk? He's okay. Nikki Lopez. All right, Nikki. Regan Mendoza. Regan. All right, Regan. Thaddeus Gamery. Come on down, Thaddeus. Dr. Udaya Thomas. We've got Arc Labs. They're all doing our tech today. And also our lead artist, Narissa Street, who put all this together. Let's give it up for Narissa. Yes. We also have a special thank you to John Frostbutter with Dr. Vaughn D. Mizell, Eula Johnson State Park Beach, and all the staff, Erica Mohan and all the staff at the Broward County Cultural Division. So thank you very much. And we also, before we thank someone very special, Jim, did you guys want to talk about this first, or we want to thank him first? Okay.
Very, very grateful to the Broward County Cultural Division's Artist Innovation Grant. I am one of the first grantees of this very powerful grant. This is a grant meant to propel those of us who want to change the community into that work, social practicing work. So very grateful. So what you are seeing in front of you right now, and I'm going to ask our staff to step away from it so that there's a full impact so everybody can see. And I'm going to step out of the way too. So this project is called Building Black Utopias. And what you see in front of you are the names and the acknowledgments of the 8 historic Black communities in Broward County. We have Sistrunk, we have Northwest Hallandale, we have Liberia, we have Pompano, Deerfield, Daney, Harlan McBride, which I know several people are like, really? And Carver Ranches, which is now known as West Park. Harlan McBride is actually over in the Oakland Park, Lauderhill area. So if you'll notice as you walk up, you'll see that these particular cities, it was our goal to have you see them as floating in the water. Water is our medicine. And so our goal in transforming red lines into green spaces is to return you to the water. We want you to understand exactly how powerful water is for healing, for resilience, for joy, and for leisure. And I am very, very grateful to this very amazing team who, as I'm thinking about it in my head and going through all kinds of machinations and everything else, every one of them just said yes. We don't just need the utopia to start from ourselves and inside of ourselves. We need allies. We need a community that says yes with us. And so my goal is for you to experience these communities being healed, being returned, being restored to what they rightfully are.
Thank you, Narissa. Thank you very much. And again, to learn more about each of the communities, all you have to do is use the QR code right there, and you can scroll down and it will actually give you a little video and tell you about each of the different communities. So that is a way to do that. We're all technical here, so everybody can try to figure that out. But yes, the QR code right there, and then you can learn about all of them. I knew about everyone except for the Harlem one. I didn't know where that was. And so thank you, Narissa, for bringing that one to the forefront, because I had no idea that was what Oakland Park and Lauderhill was considered. All right, we do we have our commissioner here? Commissioner Fur. Oh, there he is. Hi, there he is. Commissioner Beam Fur to make some comments.
Thank you, Tamara. And I've been listening to you on the radio for years. I finally get a chance to see you. So
Commissioner Fur, you're my favorite.
No, it's nice. I always had you on the radio in the morning. So great to finally see you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. This is what a beautiful day to be here. And I do want to thank, first of all, for the invitation to be here. I'm a new commissioner for this district, actually. They just changed all the lines with redistricting. And now I'm actually representing 3 of these communities, as well as this entire state park. But I'm representing now Hallandale, Liberia, and Dania. And having grown up in Hallandale, I'm thrilled to be the commissioner for that. I moved down here in the late 60s, which tells you how old I am. That's another thing. But for us to be celebrating Juneteenth here, and with what Narissa is doing with the Broward County Cultural Division, I think is fantastic. And with the people from Broward County, the Cultural Division, just raise your hands. We've got a few people here, I think. Yeah. The Cultural Division, this is going to be a fantastic project. I am so thankful that our county is doing this and is being a part of that. It's going, the celebration of Juneteenth for a lot of people, it's new. For Tamara, it's, as you said, Texas, it goes way back. But for most people, at least here, probably didn't know much about it. I was actually an American history teacher for a long time. And I will tell you, you would be very hard pressed to find this in your textbook. I remember when I first became a teacher, American history teacher, I found a book that was called Lies My Teacher Told Me, which is, if you ever get a chance to see that book, get it, because it tells you, to be honest, a lot of the real history going back from Columbus all the way back. And I got that book as a teacher very early, and it told me, and it instructed me, go beyond the textbook, find other sources, dig deep, and help your students dig deep. And my hope is that with Juneteenth is going to act like little breadcrumbs to other history, because there's a whole lot more history that has not been, as I mentioned, is not in the textbook. For those who have been reading either the 1619 Project or CAST or a few other things, there are some amazing things that are yet to be discovered. And those are the things that are going to, when we're trying to become a less polarized society, it is those kind of understandings, those kind of revelations that are going to help it. Otherwise, a lot of things get based on fear. This actually gets a chance to have things based on understanding. And I think this group understands that better than most. So it is heartwarming to me to see this happening here. And I have a lot of faith and hope that this does lead to more understanding. I know our Broward County, not under the cultural division, I think it's its own division, has been doing everything they can. We asked it as a county commission. We said, we want you to find everything you can, not only about Juneteenth, but some of the Black scholarship. And so our own county library is now becoming a real treasure of scholarly articles, online articles. And I think I just saw Emmanuel George walk in. He's got his own collection now in the Broward County, which is a fantastic collection that is locally based, that starts to talk about these neighborhoods. And that is a treasure for all of us. So I'm going to leave with a quote from James Baldwin, and I hope I get this right. Actually, I do have it written down. Let me get it right. He says, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. It's a good quote. And what I think what we're going to be seeing here in the coming years is a chance for us to face up to some of our history, the good, the bad, the ugly. And that, hopefully through that, we gain an understanding and can really appreciate the contributions that many people have made. And that goes a long way to providing grace for the future. So thank you all.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Furr, and thank you for being a loyal listener.
I forgot to recognize the other commissioner here. My chief of staff just became commissioner in Hollywood. So yeah, she was very fortunate to run unopposed yesterday or Friday, and I will tell you, the city of Hollywood cannot have a better public servant. So,
all right. We also have to acknowledge Mr. Jim Shermer. He is known as the godfather of the arts. Jim, please come down. Come on down, Jim. You all don't understand. It sometimes takes people to sign off on things and to acknowledge that it is needed. He has sponsored, been behind, signed off, acknowledged all different types of arts and artists in the county. And we just want to bring him up because if it wasn't for him, a lot of artwork would not be seen. So let's give it up for Jim, everybody.
Thank you. And thank you for coming out today. It's great to see all of you at this wonderful event. Congratulations to Nurse Street, and our thanks to the Community Foundation of Broward for their support. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our great staff, Janet Ellison and Erica Mohan, who have been instrumental in helping with getting this project and others with artists going here in Broward County for many years. And my great thanks to Commissioner Bean for all his support and help as well. So thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Jim comes prepared at all times. He comes prepared at all times. All right, we've got a short little program that we're going to do. At this time, we're going to have the land acknowledgement. It was created by Liz Vera. She is not here, but someone is going to read that. It's the doc. I was going to say it's the doc. Come on up. You too.
I've been listening to you too. Can I go?
Oh, you're my favorite.
Wait a minute. I heard
I
that
should
already.
say yes.
Thank you. My name is Udaya Thomas, and I am one of the members of this team. Thank you to Narissa and all of the team. And I am, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I just wanted to give my gratitude to Narissa and all the team for creating this project. And I hope that as you walked in here, you gave gratitude for this land already, but we're going to do it together. And I would like my mindfulness community that meets here every Sunday or almost every Sunday, if you don't come every Sunday, but you come, to come down here, because normally we do this acknowledgement on the bridge a few lots down, and just be with me as you always are. And normally we stand on the bridge and we look to the south and we look to the north at the water. And so if you feel moved, you can stand this way or you can look at the water. And thank you to Liz Vera for this. It is important to understand the long-standing history that has brought us on this land here in Dania Beach, Florida. Originally occupied by the Seminole, Taino, and Tequesta peoples, and to seek to understand your place within that history. Land acknowledgements do not exist in a past tense or historical context. Colonialism is a current, ongoing process, and we need to build our mindfulness of our present participation. This is a historically Black beach where many were denied access and suffered trauma. This land and this water are part of who we are. It's a mixture of our blood, our past, our current, and our future. We carry our ancestors in us and they're around us, as you all do. They're in our DNA. Let us take a moment of silence to honor those who came before and suffered oppression, genocide, slavery, segregation, violence, and injustice. And together, let us offer up a vibration of healing and transformation. If you're close to the person next to you and you feel comfortable, you can join hands. If not, let's just have a moment of silence in their honor. Blessed be the ground, blessed be this day, and blessed be all of us. Thank you. Let's have joy.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Narissa, do you want to come back up for a minute, or you're?
So we'll just do something really quick. Actually, so what we're doing here is a cultural practice, I am not just an art educator, but I am a Center for Mind Body Medicine facilitator. And so, what we're doing here, this is a cultural practice that connects our mind and our body with cultural technology to celebrate people and places. And so I'm going to invite you to do something. So you may want to, I'm going to move so you can do this under the pavilion because it's getting warm and we're going to go into the water soon. Did you know we're going to go to the water? Yay! So if you want to, you can stand here and watch me. That's fine. Or you can do that under the pavilion. You can hear it. But we're going to do a short mindful practice. And we're going to do this in community. Okay? So I want you, and this is an invitation if you feel safe to do so, to focus on the last time you felt playful or the last time you witnessed someone being playful. So if you feel comfortable to do so, you can close your eyes. You don't have to. But I want you to put in your body the last time that you experienced playfulness, either through yourself or by watching other people. I'll give you a few seconds to do so. Those who are under our pavilion, I definitely want you to do that as well. Those who are on the beach with us, I encourage you to do that as well. When was the last time you felt playful? And now I want you to become conscious. This is my invitation of where that playfulness is in your body. Is it in your mind? Do you feel it around your throat or your chest? Is it in your stomach, or do you feel, are your legs kind of feeling a little anxious? Your lower back? Where do you feel it? Place your hand on that place where you feel the playfulness. Place your hand on the place where you feel the playfulness. My invitation to you is to think that that may be where playfulness lives in you. And if ever you experience something unfamiliar, if the playfulness, if that feeling is next to where your hand is, there may be an opportunity for joy there, even though it's unfamiliar. The reason I want you to become mindful, that's what this is, of that, is because the type of joy that we seek is many times unfamiliar to us. And the way that your body responds to the unfamiliar is with fear, fight or flight. We've all heard of that. But your body also knows the truth of what is in the present moment. And right next to your unfamiliarity, right next to the fear, if you feel this feeling, there's the potential for joy. So I want you to lean into that. That's my invitation. So we're in a community. Turn to your neighbor. It's also Sunday. We've heard this before. Turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor about what you feel comfortable sharing. You can talk about the specific joy, or you can talk about, oh, there's this feeling in my heart, or there's this feeling in my chest, and maybe have a conversation. I'll give you a minute to turn to your neighbor, and I encourage you to find somebody new.
Yo, this is how you.
Okay, so here's what you're doing. There's this thing that people tend to do when they meet people. It's called trauma bonding. And trauma bonding is when you get together with somebody and you do what is sometimes called an organ recital. Oh, my side hurts, my chest hurts, my stomach hurts, my life hurts in some way, shape, or form, right? And this is the way that we tend to link to each other through our wounds. What if we begin our community based on our joy? What if we begin our community based on leisure and playfulness and happiness? I am an oral storyteller, and my medium is people. It is my invitation that you join me in building a Black utopia. It is my invitation that you help tell the story. So we are, this setup that you have here is not just the names of the cities. You will find that the cities are created with certain fonts. And these fonts were
Make chicken teriyaki.
commissioned by our project.
450
They
grains
are
of chicken.
type designers. And if you didn't know,
Boom.
according to our experts, 3.5% of graphic designers in the world, professional, are Black. Even less design fonts. Did you know that there's like, you know, like you go in your Word document and you play around with the fonts? There's a designer for that.
Darsha flour.
The first acknowledged font designer who was African American was acknowledged in,
Also on the
Angelo is
other
going to help me with this number. It was,
side.
thank you, 1995, right?
Flash of oil.
1995. How long have you been using Microsoft Word? So these fonts, if you walk up to them, you'll see the information about why each font was selected for each city. The city matches the history of the font.
Flip that on over. All right,
We are being that intentional. Last, we're transforming red lines into green spaces. First, by addressing the negative stories that have been told about our beautiful communities. There's something powerful about giving people agency over their own stories. I'm trained in theater, and I forgive my reading, but I want to make sure I get it. I'm very happy right now, and sometimes happy means tears, and then I don't get everything. But I'm trained in theater and film, most recently in CMBM. But in that, I was able to start connecting the dots that our griots, our ministers, our singers, and our spoken word artists are some of the most powerful healers in African communities. There's a scientific practice called autogenics, which is the practice of speaking to the body to down-regulate its response to trauma. Why do you think churches are such a spiritual experience? So oral storytelling is key to Black resilience. What we understand is that the mental attitude of joy overcomes the blight that may be in these communities. So this is a love letter to the students that I started to teach in Liberia. At Bethune Elementary, I'm going to call out the school. They are amazing. Liberia is a city in Hollywood, not just a country in Africa. And in Liberia, are the most talented, headstrong, gloriously beautiful children. And all they need is for us to correct the stories that are being told about the places they live. That's on us. When I give them the tools to change their stories, they're magnificent. And as the universe would have it, I no longer teach at Bethune, but another Bethune elementary teacher is here. We have the power to build Black utopias. We can change our community through art and culture with the partnership of others. And so I'm going to close by giving you a reading for something that has been encouraging me and inspiring me through this entire process of working with these amazing people that we've called out their names. I'm reading a book called Partnering. And I'll admit that I first got it because I seek to be a fully engaged partner in my next relationship. But it's full of powerful gems for every type of collaboration, including the one that you're sitting in right now. And here is what it says. The author says, I have often mistaken purpose as a solo endeavor, but the most meaningful things happen when people come together, like small streams merging into a powerful river. Purpose multiplies through our relationships and deepens our connections, but only if we stop asking what we can get out of our relationships and start asking what we can give to the world through them. In doing so, individuals shape and grow into something bigger together, whether it's a personal mission, a shared one, or a bit of both. What's important is that you find a path that's authentic to you and a partner who lets you live your truth. And so again, I acknowledge the partners that were called out: Arc Labs, Andriana, Angelo, Derek Davis with the history, Emmanuel George with the archive. This entire project will continue after Juneteenth. We are still gathering stories from these communities to amplify the joy. That's what we're doing. You can listen to them, and Tamerji will tell you a little bit more about that. But they will be archived at the African American Research Library and Cultural Center for everyone to see. And our vision is to get these stories to the Library of Congress. Nikki Lopez for our visuals, Regan Mendoza, who you will not see, but he's handling all of our tech online streaming, Thaddeus Gamry, who's going to be taking us into the water, and Dr. Adea Thomas, who is a big beating heart. Thank you to our sponsors, our vendors. One of our vendors is a food truck right there. We have Nacho Night. They'll be giving you your non-vegan bites. Your vegan bites will be provided by the team over there. There we go. I see him. There we go. We have the Rabbit Hole Vegan, and we have some healthy folks over there. They're giving you your sea moss as well. And you, our dear audience, you're helping us tell the story. So again, please, you'll see there's opportunities for you to donate. If you buy a shirt, it helps us continue this storytelling. This took a lot. This is not free. Let me say this one more time. This is not free. You are experiencing it for free because of all of our partners and our sponsors. So please donate, buy a shirt. The donations are tax deductible. And we want to continue amplifying the joy in our neighborhood. Thank you so much. And now your MC, Ms. Tamerji.
Thank you so much. You all can tell that Narissa has put her heart and soul in this, many other people as well. So thank you all for being here. Again, to buy those t-shirts, you can do it at juneteenthforjoy.com. You can also make a donation there. And if you do, you will be entered into a drawing for a pair of Barris Hammond tickets. He's coming to the Broward Center. They've donated those tickets. So that's coming. He's coming in September. He is excellent. If you guys have never seen Barris Hammond, also known as the Luther Vandross of Jamaica. All right. We have a couple of announcements that we want to make right now. We would encourage everyone. I know this is a very woke crowd out here, but please register to vote. We've got some elections coming up that we need you all to vote in. So please register to vote if you haven't done that. We also have, do we have our poet? Did she make it in yet? She's coming. Oh, she's here. Hey, Epiphany, you made it through all of the traffic. All right. So now we have Building Black Utopias, a performance by Epiphany. Come on up, Epiphany. Very nicely done. I know. Come join me without the shoes up. This is how we do Juneteenth, by the way, for the folks who are watching live on Facebook. This is South Florida. This is how we do it on the beach. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Epiphany. I wrote a poem for this event. Thank you so much to Narissa Street for having me here, and I hope you enjoy. There is a mantra held captive in this ocean I call a body, a refrain I've been too proud to release, but today I call it by its name. I am resiliency. I am what makes everyone in the room stand up, both breathtaking and breath-giving. Some people call me courage, but bravery by any other name is still fortitude. There is a song shackled to this river I call a tongue, buoyed to the shore. A joy in this womb is the first time I heard a smile. I am legacy. I am what makes everyone remember, even when we want to forget. A trumpet call on a Sunday, a simple painting on a Thursday night. There's a Hallmark-style canvas capturing my greatest joy. I fought for my baby's hands to paint. I forged a new trail in sullied soil. I wrote a new hymn in hopes it becomes a lullaby to be remembered when I become an ancestor. Remember that I not only tried, but I succeeded. There is a testament of life anchored to this lake of a spirit. I am what it feels like to find stillness in chaos, to find resolve in turmoil, to remain tethered to the peace they have tried to snatch. This is a call to grace, for this foundation to be built where we rise to the occasion, and there is a brother or a sister to help you lay brick and mortar. I am because I be, and I am allowed to be free. So go tell them of the good news. Show them what they've printed in the papers about me. Memorize this last decree. There is a declaration in this Bible we call a people. Our clothes made up of recipes and boulevards just over the train tracks right before the shore. For just a breath and hopefully a lifetime is a dream, a utopia where we know joy. Thank you.
We also have to say that Epiphany listened to all of the stories. She actually had the QR code and she listened to all the stories, and that's where that poem came from. So thank you very much, Epiphany. All right, we're going to give you guys about a 15-minute break to get something to eat, something to drink, and then we'll have Thaddeus guide us out to the water. Nitro Nights over here. We also have a rabbit hole back here. I'm looking forward to trying the sea moss. Never done that before. So give you guys about a 15-minute break, and then we'll be right back.
When I'm wrapped up in your arms, dancing to
You want to tell people 5 minutes to the water? So, ladies, gentlemen, everybody in between, we're at the beach. We are at the beach. And if you were not prepared to get into the water, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But we are going to be in the water very shortly. So we have an amazing person who's going to be guiding us. Miss Tamara G will definitely introduce him when it's his turn. But I just want to give you guys a 5-minute warning. So we're going to have an amazing experience right by the water. We also have a lifeguard with us, but we still also want you to be mindful of your practice in the water. But it's gorgeous outside, and we're going to make sure that you're ready to go. So we wanted to give you 5 minutes.
From 101.5 Light FM. Thank you to everybody who is watching online. We hope you all have enjoyed this beautiful view and what we're doing here with Building Utopias. Don't forget that we have a constitutional amendment we would like for you to sign. It is at the front desk there, the front table. It's the right to clean and healthy waters. So please sign that petition. Again, right to clean and healthy waters. Please follow Juneteenth for Joy on Instagram. We have an Instagram page, Juneteenth for Joy. And we thank you again to our food trucks, to all of our people here. We've had some of this wonderful seagrass back there. We certainly appreciate that. Also, Rabbit Hole has been here. So thank you all very much. All right, at this time, I'm going to bring up an old friend. He has been very instrumental in diversity in aquatics, trying to get more minorities to enjoy the water, to learn how to swim, to just be more proactive when it comes to our oceans and our lakes and everything. And he's about to take us out to the water because this is how we do it in South Florida. If you're watching on Facebook Live, yes, this is how we celebrate Juneteenth and Father's Day here in South Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Thaddeus Gamery.
Thank you, Tamara. And thank you, Narissa Street, for putting together such an amazing event on an amazing day, an historic second anniversary of the national celebration of Juneteenth. And we get to host you at this amazing historically Black beach where we have been using water as our medicine because we are water. We are water. Our bodies are made up of 70% water, and our brains are actually almost 80%. We are in our DNA connected to water. There's certain benefits and experiences that you can have in water when you feel safe and relaxed that are unique and special. So we want to invite you to share an experience with us where I know many of you are not dressed to get into the water. You're not, and that's not required to have a blue mindfulness experience. Blue Mind is a science that was done which studied the health and benefits of water. And it is actually scientifically proven. If you feel safe and relaxed in a body of water, whether it's a bathtub, a shower, a jacuzzi, a swimming pool, a lake, or a river, or you might just like to have the water in your background as a setting, it's scientifically proven that something happens, that the body responds to water. Dr. Wallace J. Nichols did this study in 2014, and we are living examples of using the water for our healing because we started this community of practice in 2021 on January 4th at the Cove right north of here, where we started a community of practice where we were practicing blue mindfulness. And we're also acknowledging the history of this beach and that people from that time, Dr. Von D. Mizell, Eula Johnson Clark, and a collection of families thought it was so important to have access to a beach for their health and their wellness and their recreation. And it's in their words, they said, we wanted to have a place to be left alone. So when we started coming here, we invited other mindfulness practitioners to join into a community. We invited a collection of people who are already connected to us through water, through Diversity Aquatics Master Swimming. Invite people who are swimmers and non-swimmers to have this experience. And we can have a blue mindfulness experience here in a substantial way because look at our background. Look at where we are. So even though you may not be journeying into the water with us, we're going to give you a moment where you can be part of that experience. So there's a rhythm and there's a natural rhythm to the water sometimes. And if you allow it and you allow it to support you, you can rise with it and you can fall with it. And if we take a moment to slow down and focus on our breath and imagine that it's rising as if the tide or a wave was coming by and going down. So I invite some of you, if you're interested, you can join me. We're going to do a standing movement meditation with a water theme. So if anyone would like to stand, you're invited to stand just for a moment if you'd like, but you can also do it seated. That's fine. And if you can imagine that your hand is on top of a floating piece of wood in the water. And as the water, the wave goes by, the water rises, right? And as the wave continues and it recedes, it goes down. So take your right hand. We're going to connect this to our breath. So with our right hand, we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. Left hand now. Breathe in, breathe out. Both hands. Breathe in, breathe out. Now soften your knees and bend down. Breathe in and rise up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And relax. Now, some of you may feel a little buzz because you're bringing oxygen into the body, and we have a community practicing it together at the same time. And there's a magic to that. There's something called the science of awe. And when people are practicing something together, whether it's a religious practice, a sporting event, music, other activities, there's something happens to the body, again, which helps to down-regulate the nervous system, and you have bonding. Now, Narissa's talked about trauma bonding, but we are bonding based on joy and peace and healing. Just like Narissa set the theme, we're creating a Black utopia, okay? You've just experienced it here. So there's one other thing that we're going to do before we get into the water. And how many people might get into the water with us? And by the way, getting in means you could put your ankles in the water. You can go up to your knees. You can go up to, we're not going any deeper than this. We have a lifeguard on duty. We have someone assisting with water safety. I'm a lifeguard, so we're going to be safe. We want you to be relaxed and comfortable. So even if that means you're just going to stand on the beach side, on the sand, and join us, we're going to create a healing circle. And the benefit of a healing circle, there are ancient practices. When you create that circle, you create new energy, positive energy by your very presence. And that healing circle contains that energy, and you can release and you can take what you need. Release what you're giving up or letting go of, and you can take what's needed or what you feel you're going to get, or you may not know what you need, but you're going to get something. Okay, so we're going to do one more little bit of a healing practice. And this time, just with your arms hanging down like this. And how many of you used to jump rope? Okay, so we're going to mimic jumping rope. And it's just a light bounce like this. So if you were jumping rope, you would just bounce. And as you're jumping, just breathe in and breathe out. You might be breathing in 1, 2, 3, like out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, breathe out, Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And relax. And shake that out a little. Okay. So when we get into the water, you're going to see us do something. And I'm just going to demonstrate it on land. We're going to get into the water and we are going to lean backwards and inhale. And we're going to lean forward and push on that water and exhale. Lean backwards, inhale. Push forward, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Okay, shake that out. We're going to do one more thing. Okay, I need the mic. Okay, I'm going to talk louder into the mic, but I need my hands. So I'm going to invite all of you, when we start, you're going to do it in unison. Make sure you're not going to hit anybody. We're going to use our hands and we're going to clap and clap. Okay? So I'm stepping back. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, but they need to hear me online. So I got to use the mic here. So we're going to do, okay, let's just get going. And if you're out of sync, we'll give you a chance to fall in sync. Ready? A little faster. One, two, three, and stop. Ah, pretty good. Give yourself a round of applause. How is that possible that this group of amazing human beings who don't know each other were able to practice something in unison right out the gate? It's because we're wired that way. We're wired that way to connect and to engage in healing practices as a community, as a village. We are wired that way. So we're restoring and we're creating Black utopias in this historically Black beach, in this historically Black occasion, an amazing occasion. So thank you all. And now I invite those of you who are willing and ready and able to come down to the beach. Now, remember, it's hot and sunny out there, so sip some water. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by the heat, make sure you come back for some shade. So we're heading down to the beach for those who are ready.
G from 101.5 Light FM. We hope you guys enjoyed your swim there with Thaddeus. Here's hoping everybody is refreshed now. We've got just a few more announcements before we leave. You can do this take this home experience. We have a post survey again that is at the front table with Julia. The post survey, we would love for you to tell us, what you think about this. Allie is going to be walking around doing some video recording to ask you, how did you enjoy this event? So Allie will be walking around asking you that. Again, we're looking forward to seeing you at the 4th annual Juneteenth for Joy, which is going to be next year on June 19th. Happy Father's Day to everyone out here today who is celebrating that. And if you're watching at home on our Facebook Live, you can submit your story of joy wherever you are. You can go to juneteenthforjoy.com. Also, you can buy a t-shirt there or donate, and you will be included in a drawing for 2 to see Barris Hammond at the Broward Center. We were playing a little Barris while they were out in the water, so I hope you enjoyed that. And it has been my pleasure. Again, we're going to bring up Narissa Street, and she's going to say some goodbyes. Shout out to Mike, Pat, and Liz. Where are they? My new friends. Yeah, that came to hang out. Shout out to them for coming from Miami, all the way from Miami and Dania Beach. Yeah, we've got Cape Coral in the house. So many people came down to celebrate. So thank you all for coming out to this event. And Narissa, thank you very much for inviting me, and let's take it away.
So you're going to give a hearty Juneteenth for Joy, Building Black Utopias. Thank you to Ms. Tamara G. Wait, come back out here. Come back. She's hiding. Who, when I called her, I was like, you're amazing. Can you come MC this thing? She's like, absolutely. There was not even I need to look at, she was like, yes, I need to look at my calendar, but absolutely. She is absolutely amazing. She is in our community. My technical people are like, please go over to the camera. So she is a resource. She is supportive. She is outstanding. So you need to be listening to her 6 to 10, woo-hoo! Drive time in the morning. Those 2 girls in the morning. She's our favorite. Okay. All right. So we just want to make sure you honor her. She's an amazing MC. She needs to be at your event. You need to book her. I'm just telling you. So she's amazing. So thank you very much. Give her one more round of applause, please. Okay. Yeah, she's amazing. So I'm going to let her to get out of the heat. Okay. So this is our last experience. So those of you, so many people, we thanked as many as we could. We thanked everybody. But for you, who are our audience, who are helping us do this oral storytelling, we have a gift for you. Okay. So, as we talked about before, each one of the cities that is represented here on this beach, you'll notice that the city names are historic names. Some of these names no longer exist. But we want you to understand something. We're giving you a gift as we're giving you a token of each city, right? And so these are beautifully carved cities. And what you'll notice is the city names have been carved. We talked about the fonts earlier, that these fonts were created by Black font designers. You would think that there would be so many of them. And we hired everyone. Joshua Darden, Trey Seals, Chessa Garbett. Those are 3 nationally renowned font designers, and they designed these fonts. And what you're going to see is, as you leave, we're asking you to pick a city to feel joyful about. Pick a city that is important to you, and we want you to take it home with you. So this is what that looks like. When you pick up a city, there's a name, and when you look at this name, I want you to think about the fact that the joy in the city cannot be created without you. So understand that there is no way for you to experience the joy of these cities without your contribution. We have to come together for this to be something again. So again, as you leave, make sure you're completing our post survey. We want to thank everyone who's contributed to this. We also want to thank, I see him over there, but I'm going to ask him to come down here. We're going to thank one of our very first sponsors. Come on down here, Happy Homes Florida Realty. I want him to come down here. He's looking at me like, why, lady? But I'm telling you why. Come on down here, and I want to honor you on the microphone, and then we'll wrap up. We'll get, if you want to hop into the water, fantastic. But we want to acknowledge you here. So this is Barry Lamy of Happy Homes Florida Real Estate, and I met him at another historic event, and he was just there experiencing the history of this particular beach, and he said, wow, this is amazing. I would love to support something like this. So of course, what did I do? I said, hi, my name is Narissa and we are building Black Utopias. He met me, we talked, and his support was immediate. So I want to thank you publicly, and I want to make sure that if you're going to buy a house, you need to rent something, you need whatever it is that you need to do, I want you to make sure that you are tapping Happy Homes Florida Real Estate. Did you want to say something? No. Yeah. Yeah. All right. There you go.
Everything that she said, but but I appreciate it. But this is my first time here. It definitely won't be the last, so you can count on it next year as well. But real estate, the history of just blacks in this country is just amazing, because there's a reason why we were not allowed to purchase properties. Redlining, I knew all about redlining, but then as a practiced real estate agent, I'm reading booklets on associations that literally till today still have these books that says colored folks or colored people are not allowed to live here. And it's amazing. So to have a chance to help someone to purchase, to build equity, I love it. So yes, if you do need to buy, sell, I'm your man.
Thank you so much. So we just want to honor him. He's over there. He has a table with all of his collateral there. Please support him. Thank you. We're happy to have you again. So last, as you're leaving, again, just come by the signs, take a look at them. If you want to hear a story, so we talked about we're transforming red lines into green spaces. If you want to hear a story, you're going to use that QR code, and you can click on, and you'll see a little bit of the story. The videos that we chose are 2 to 3 minutes. They are unedited. I do not edit anyone's story. We want people to have the opportunity to speak and not be taken out of context. So you can scan that. If you don't want to go over here, just go to juneteenthforjoy.com. You'll see those videos. Last, pretty please. We need you to fill out those surveys. Those surveys let the community who supported us know that we had an impact. Did we have an impact on you today? Yes or no? Thank you. So we want to make sure that that impact is documented, because we want to do this again. So Ali is recording some video testimonials. We have Channel 10 here as well, so you can talk to them as well. We definitely need those surveys done. My name is Narissa Street. As you're leaving, pick one of these cities to think about. Pick one of these cities, please, just one. Pick one of these cities to think about. Pick one of these cities to feel joy about. We talked about the energetic possibilities of oral storytelling. Pick one of these cities to find out more about and tell a new story. I really appreciate your love, your energy. Thank you so much. And we'll see you at the 4th annual Juneteenth for Joy.